Hi friends, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I've actually had a few of you recently recommend that I do a cool toned lipstick video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my very favorite cool toned lipsticks. So if this sounds good to you, then let's get started. Okay, so let's start out with what I currently have on my lips, and it is the Sephora Collection Lacquer Shine Lipstick in the shade 02 Soft Frequency. I actually picked this up not too long ago, but it's immediately become a favorite of mine. It is so beautiful. It adds this gorgeous glow to the lips, and it's the most perfect mid-toned cool pink shade. I'm going to swatch all of these on my arm so you can see what they look like next to each other. So this is the Sephora Collection lipstick in the shade Soft Frequency. One thing to note about this product is that it is very pigmented and it's a little bit melty. So if you go in with a heavy hand, then you might apply more product than you want. So my favorite way to apply this is just to kind of dab it on to my lips like that. And I find that that gives me the perfect amount of color. I also love wearing this lipstick and all of the lipsticks that I'm going to share with you guys with a lip liner. And today, the lip liner that I'm going to be wearing with all of the lipsticks is the Maybelline Lifter Liner in the shade Line Leader. So this wouldn't be a cool tone lipstick video of mine without mentioning MAC lipstick in the shade Syrup. This is a holy grail cool tone lipstick for me. It's kind of my go-to lipstick because it just always looks good on my Cool-Undertones, as do all of these lipsticks, but this is just such a classic. I highly recommend checking this out. It is stunning. This is the MAC lipstick in the shade Syrup. The next lipstick that I just cannot get enough of and have been loving are the Ravie Beauty Effortless Lips lipsticks in the shade Dahlia and Lily. Dahlia is a beautiful mid-toned mauve color, and the shade Lily is a cool-toned pinky nude shade. On most days, I reach for the shade Dahlia because it's a perfect My Lips But Better shade that matches my natural lip color really well, so it just looks so nice on natural no makeup days. And when I want a more subtle nude makeup look, then I go for the shade Lily. Ali Glines here on YouTube is the creator of Ravie Beauty, and she really knew what she was doing when she made this lipstick. It is such a stunning formula, and I just can't get enough of these. They are amazing. This is the shade Lily that I'm applying right now. I love this shade so much because a lot of times nude lipsticks are too warm on me or too light for my high contrast complexion, and this one is just perfect. I love it and highly recommend it. Next up, we have the L'Oreal Color Riche lipsticks, and I have the shades 560 Saucy Mauve and the shade 129 Montmartre. First, I'm swatching the shade 560 Saucy Mauve. And this is the shade 129 Montmartre. As you can see, the 129 shade is just a little bit deeper than the 560 Saucy Mauve shade. I'm going to be applying the shade 560 Saucy Mauve. This is what it looks like on my lips, and I wear the shade 560 Saucy Mauve a little bit more than the shade 129. I just find I like it a little bit more on my complexion, but they're so similar, I don't think you need both of them. Next up is actually a lip balm technically, but I find it to wear more like a lipstick because it has a lot of pigment. And this is the Catrice Care in Colors lip balm, and I have the shade 50 Wild Rebel. This is such a beautiful lip product, and I think it's like $7 on Amazon, so it's so affordable. But I love this Wild Rebel shade. In the packaging, it looks more of like a wine color, but it really is pretty purpley when you swatch it out. This is what the shade Wild Rebel looks like. It's a tad more sheer than the other lipsticks, but it adds a good amount of pigment to my lips. And this is one that I have in my purse with me almost all the time because I love using it on the go to touch up my lips. Like I said, this is only $7 at the drugstore, and you would never know because it is so beautiful. The formula is incredibly hydrating. This is the most hydrating lipstick that I'm sharing with you guys today because it's technically a lip balm, but I just love the color and the glow that it gives my lips. It's also not sticky at all, and it's just very, very comfortable. It has a very slight vanilla scent, but it's very subtle, and if you have dry lips especially, I would recommend checking this one out. Next up, I have the Maybelline Lifter Glaze Oil Balms, and I guess these are similar to the Catrice lipstick in the way that it's hydrating and more of an oil balm, but they have a lot of pigment, so I wear them in place of lipstick. In my mind, they're lipstick, so that's why I'm including these in this video. But I have two shades that I love. The first shade is Acai Glaze, and this is a deeper berry shade that I will reach for more in the fall and winter months. The next shade is Berry Haze, which is more of a muted mauve shade that I have been wearing the most lately. I'm gonna first apply the shade Berry Haze. This is the shade Berry Haze. I think it's a beautiful, like, mid-toned mauve color that is kind of a My Lips But Better shade, and it's so comfortable on the lips and it's just gorgeous. I honestly like wearing these two shades together. I think combined they make such a beautiful lip color, so I'm gonna apply the shade Acai Glaze over top. This is what the shade Acai Glaze looks like over top, and I love that it kind of deepens the lip look up a little bit, but it's not too deep, and I just think it looks so pretty and so glossy. These also have a subtle scent to them. I feel like honestly all of these lip products do have a very, very subtle scent, except for the MAC. The MAC doesn't really smell like anything, but all of the other lipsticks do have a bit of a scent. The strongest one being the Sephora Collection in the shade Soft Frequency. This has like a sweet candy scent that is the most prominent, along with the next lip product that I'm going to share, which is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm Stick in the shade Riri. This also has a pretty strong, like, sweet tart scent, so just something to keep in mind. If you're very sensitive to scents, then these two have the strongest, but the other products are all very, very mild. So like I said, this is the Fenty Gloss Balm Stick in the shade Riri, and this is a beautiful glossy, glowy lipstick formula. And even though it is glossy, I find this to be pretty long wearing, which is really nice. So this is the Fenty Gloss Balm Stick in the shade Riri. This is another one of those lip products that is very melty, and I can easily apply too much if I'm not careful, so I also just like to kind of dab this product onto my lips as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my lips, and I think it is so beautiful and probably one of the more deeper shades that I have in my collection, but I think it is just so, so pretty. The last lipstick that I wanted to share is the Glossier Generation G matte lipstick in the shade Like. So out of all of the lipsticks I've shared, this is the formula that is the most matte and the most blurring on the lips. If you have dry lips, then this probably won't work well for you because it might feel a little bit too dry. But if your lips are more normal, or if you have more hydrated lips, then I think this is a stunning formula. This is the shade Like. Let me show you guys what this looks like on my lips. Okay, so this is what the lipstick looks like on my lips, and I love it because it is so blurring. It blurs right over my lip lines. This is probably one of the least pigmented lipsticks in this video, and so you can kind of like sheer it out for just a really natural wash of color, or you can build it up like I did for more color. but it really is a beautiful formula. I don't hear people talk about this very often, which surprises me because I love it. And I think it is such a beautiful formula. I especially love this cool pink shade. This is a great like spring and summer shade because it's a little bit brighter than the other lipsticks that I have, but I just think it's stunning and I highly recommend it. All right, you guys, so those are all of my Holy Grail lipsticks. They are all truly favorites of mine and I highly recommend each one. If you're in the need for a new lipstick for your cool undertones, then I think you would be happy with any of these products. They are all great and just favorites of mine. I would love to know in the comments what your favorite lipsticks are. I always love to hear what you guys are loving, and often I try them out and love them too, so I always appreciate your recommendations. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean so much to me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.